Hey my beautiful people, so today we're actually doing a little get ready with me, which I did 2 years ago during lockdown, which was a little get ready with me for my birthday. So we're going to do the same thing, but obviously a little update version, no longer in a lockdown, that sort of thing. So let's just see what happens. Okay, so I've put my hair out of my face because obviously I have a lot of crazy hair going on and it will constantly get in the makeup. Also, if you see me looking over this way, that's because that's where the mirror is. The mirror is here, but you guys are over here because I don't know how to set anything up, so we're just gonna go with the flow. So first things first, we are starting with my primer. Now the primer I've only just started using. I've literally started using it like 2 days ago, so it's brand new. Is the Fresh Face Color Correcting Primer from GRWM. The only reason why I got it is because it was green and it's meant to be color correcting. I don't notice a difference when I put it on in terms of like redness, but it does make my face feel so soft because it has oat extract and it just moisturizes my face, so I kind of like it. I did have one of the Primark dupes, but I wasn't a massive fan of it. It does make your face feel soft, but I noticed later in the day your face got very dry, like it sucked all of the nutrients out of it, even though it's meant to be adding nutrients. So I wasn't that sure on it, but I did give it a good test though. Like I was using it for quite a while, but I just couldn't get into it. Maybe it's just my skin type, but I just did not get on with it. But this one I've been enjoying so far, but yeah. Okay, now primer is done. I go in with eyeshadow. Today I'm just gonna do like a very black eyes. Just very black. Just my soul is a eyeshadow, just very black. So I go in with the All Eyes on You April eyeshadow stick. Now, I had never heard of this brand before, but apparently it only sells in Belgium and France. But I do really like the brand from what I've noticed. Like I liked the eyeshadow sticks, I liked the lipsticks. Like they have like these crayons and they just last all day. They just stick right on, but they are not drying, they don't crack. It just feels very nice, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna fix that in a minute, but just to show you what I did, I basically literally I cover the whole eyelid in it. I start by looking up just so you get like that line of where your crease is. That way it just makes it easier, so I don't do that. But I guess I did that anyway. I will get rid of it in a minute, but I just go into the crease and cover the whole thing in this black eyeshadow stick, which I know not many people will like because I look like panda eyes, but I actually quite like it. I don't know. Once I've done that, obviously to set in the eyeshadow stick, because it is a cream, I go in with Essence Soft Touch eyeshadow because it's one of the very few brands that I could find that do just like the little pure black eyeshadow itself. I do have a lot of palettes, but it's very rare to find just the little black one yourself, which is great for traveling, great for just keeping in your bag. That way, if for any reason it comes off, you've got it. It is a necessity to me. This is a double-sided brush. I don't know what the brand is, it's not written on it, but I use the smaller side just to dab the crease with it so it sets in the crease. Then I do the same with the other side because usually it's the crease that goes first. Then just to fill in the whole eye, I literally just use my finger because it gets a bigger surface area to cover. That way my whole eyelid is covered and it's literally done in like 5 seconds. Okay, now, so usually I go in with eyeliner to sort of create the flick and to offset it from the black eyeshadow a little bit, but I do not have the time today, which is a bit ironic because because I'm filming, but I just don't have the time. So instead of doing the eyeliner, I'm just going to grab a baby wipe and sort of shape the eyeshadow into a flick. So literally all I'm doing is just grabbing it from the corner of my eye and just swiping up so it becomes more squarish like this. Usually I'm a lot more bothered about it matching, but I've noticed everyone does it. I have one eye that's like obviously bigger than the other, so it's very difficult to match them anyway. But also I wear glasses, so not many people notice that it's not going to be even. That's also why I have to go so heavy with my makeup, because if you wear glasses, you can go a lot more heavier than those who don't. Okay, once that is done, I go in with my foundation. Lately, I have been using Sleek Makeup In Your Tone 24-hour foundation because I don't know, it just feels so soft. It sets, it lasts all day and it doesn't crack. It doesn't become cakey. Now, as you can tell, I like to use a lot just to cover my imperfections, you know? Cover that shit up. By the way, I'm using a wet beauty blender to do this. This is the Superdrug's own brand because they are so cheap, but they're very good for how cheap they are. I highly suggest this beauty blender if you're not sure whether you're actually going to use one, because there's no point dishing out like £6 on a beauty blender. Try it once and then just chuck it away. This is £1. You try it, you don't like it, you never use it again. Oh well, you're not making a massive loss, you know? Now, when it comes to my neck, I literally just do a line and a line, and then one more in the dead center, and then just blend it out so that I don't get a slag line. Now, if you're not British and you're not sure what a slag line is, I don't even know whether many people still say slag lines, but when I was a kid, a slag line was literally when the girl's face was pure orange and then it just was a sharp line and white. Now, once that is done, I go in with my concealer. I'm using the Sleek In Your Tone Long Wear Concealer 3C. It's the same make as the foundation, so they do match really well. Just to give that natural eye bag cover without looking like I'm wearing too much concealer. It's also very high coverage for such a soft feeling, like you don't really feel like you're wearing anything at all. So that's literally the difference. It's very subtle, but it does make the world of the difference. And I just do a line and a line, because sometimes less is more, which is a bit ironic with these eyes, but you know what I mean. I just use my beauty blender just to dab it in and blend it out. Now, once that is done, just so that it blends a little bit more with the foundation, I just do a little lower line on the sides of my nose, and then I dab that in with my finger. I don't really know why, it's just what I've always done, so I just stick with what you know. I'd love to see a comparison with what I do this year compared to like a couple of years ago. Now, I know a couple of years ago we were in lockdown, so I kept it subtle because I wasn't seeing anyone and I wasn't doing anything. Okay, once that is done with the foundation and concealer, I go in with Studio London by Superdrug You. Now, I already struggle to speak. Why would you name it that? You setting mist. So it's the Superdrug's like own brand one, but it makes my makeup last all day. I do have other setting sprays, like for instance I have the MUA Pro Base one. Now this one's pretty much empty, but I was noticed throughout the day it would start to crack, but I used this one for the first time the other day because it's actually my sister's. Shout out to her from the last video and in this, and it just lasted all day and it made my face feel soft. I don't know, it was really nice. So maybe it's because it's the dewy setting spray and not the matte one. It just made the world of a difference with this. So I shake it and I just spray it all over. Okay, so I'm not going to contour my face today because, as I said, I'm in a bit of a rush. So I actually go in with 2 powders. Once again, I know that's very controversial, but I go in with this brush. Once again, I don't know what brand it is, but I go in with the Stay Matte Rimmel Silky Beige just to give an all over. So I dab it and then I literally just brush the excess away. Make sure you get in your hairline. So I just rub it vigorously around my hairline. Obviously it's a little bit harder for me because I have this headband on, but that's why you can see it's covered in makeup. Now I just gently dab on my nose, brush away the sides. Now I haven't used any powder on my under eyes, so for my under eyes I use the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation because it's buildable coverage, so it actually covers the bags and any acne I've got a lot better than just foundation. So I'm completely covered from acne and everything else. Give a light coverage everywhere else just so that it blends in nicely. It doesn't look like I'm wearing 2 different colours. The colours actually blend well together from those 2 powders, so it doesn't look like I'm wearing 2 anyway. I don't use this one on my nose at all because this one does dry out my nose, so I don't want anything drying out, so I do not use it on my nose. Okay, so now this is usually where you would contour, but I don't have the time, so I'm not going to contour. It's also usually where I would use a lip balm, but once again I do not have the time. I forgot to say, once you've done with your powder you want to reset it. This way it stops any oils getting produced into the foundation. So I'm going to get dressed, brush my hair, then I'll come back and I'll put a little bit of lip stain on, but I'll do that when I get back. Okay, so I've got dressed and I've brushed my hair. Obviously it's very frizzy, but one of the last things I need to do is do my lipstick. Now I got this one today as a birthday present, so I'm gonna wear it. It is the Fenty Icon Velvet Liquid Lipstick in the colour MVP. Oh, that is so pretty. Like, we had tried this on in the store, but obviously it's never as good as just getting it on. But obviously I don't want it too much because the eyes, so I'm just trying to dab it out a little bit. Okay, so now this is the final finished look. What I'll do is when I go outside with natural lighting, I'll show you everything so you actually get a real feel of what it actually looks like, because obviously a ring light can be very misleading. It smooths imperfections, it color corrects, all that jazz. So I will show you outside. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please do not forget to hit the like button, hit that sub button, and also hit the bell notification button so you get notified every time I post. Thank you so much again. Bye!